credit cards. Number 2, 2026 committee members, new business, Keith Buttrell, City of Pocahontas Mayor. Number 2, appropriation ordinance, liquor auction sales. Number 3, ordinance conducting business with McNabb Funeral Home. Call for time and adjourn. Is there any comments from the public at this time?
Hello, I'm Judge, Quorum Court. My name is Todd Galt. I'm here representing the chamber. Just want to give a little bit of an update. Ag Expo will be held next Friday, February 20th, at the Randolph County District. The partnership with Randolph County Chamber of Commerce and Randolph County Chamber of Commerce's Student Ambassadors program that has been revitalized. They went to St. Bernard's Five Rivers this past month and had a good time visiting with those department heads there. We're going to the airport this month. We went to the city, the Austin Student Ambassadors, went to the city Mock Creek event at the Aid and Aaron Center, hosted at Black River, and they helped assist with busing tables and waiting on the tables. The Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with Fox Line Studios, has launched Commerce Chats. Y'all's very own county judge's episode had over 2,000 Facebook views, and his YouTube video that was on there had about 65 hours of people listening to him talk. So people really enjoyed his episode, and that is really what's been going on. We're also launching a membership drive this month in March to kind of coincide with 250 years of America in July.
Thank you, Todd. Is there any more comments from the public? Brenda?
Just a reminder, tomorrow is Make-A-Wish Day. We're going to be at Four Ways collecting money for Make-A-Wish, which is a charitable organization that helps meet the wishes of sick children. We have plenty of volunteers now, thanks to everyone. Now we just need your donations. So we'll be there from 6 to 4.
Thank you. Is there any more comments from the public?
I did have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
The post office that's going to be for records and Debbie Wise, will Debbie's office be in there also when we get it finished and open?
Yeah, it'll be just the recorder's office. I don't believe it'll be the circuit clerk's office, but I can find that out.
And who consists of the recorder's office? Who is in it?
Debbie Wise is over it, and do you remember?
Anthony is the recorder.
Anthony is the recorder.
Yeah. He gets paid under the recorder.
Anthony,
Anthony, I think there's one other one.
I thought there was an old name there right now, but I can't answer that question completely.
I can stop and see her.
Debbie would answer that question.
Somebody asked me not to.
It's just the recorders themselves.
Okay.
Courts have this other
And
stuff.
her office will still be over here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there any more questions from the public? If not, we'll move on to roll call, please.
Justice Bass?
Good.
Justice Brown?
Here.
Justice Hibbert? Here. Justice Cosby?
Here.
Justice Blevins?
Here.
Justice Nelson?
Here.
Justice Sharp? Has anybody heard from her? Justice Statler?
Here.
Justice Henderson? Here.
Next is discussion of corrections of the January 8th, 2025 meeting. Have a motion from Justice Brown to adopt. Second from Justice Blevins. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next is the treasurer's report.
Good evening. I'm filling in for Dennis, who is in Little Rock for the treasurer's meeting tonight. Y'all have all been given the treasurer's report for January financial operations. On page 1, it reports the total funds under management is $6,698,253.50. There's a list of the various reports that have been included in the monthly report. Okay, on page 2, we have the expenditure report for chargebacks. Total budget appropriations is $12,347,393.62. It shows that there is an 18.72% of the budget is remaining for all the offices combined. The normal would be 0. The projected revenue for 2025 is $19,525,665.19. On page 3, the total budget appropriation is $12,956,142.09. The remaining budget for all offices combined is 86.23% at the end of January. Normal would be 91.67% at this time. There are 6 funds shown with their remaining percentages. County General, 86.58%, Road, 88.94%, County Library, 92.70%, Solid Waste, 26%, Law Enforcement Center, 88.58%, and E911, 89.13%. The total projected revenue for 2026 is $19,838,716.56. There are lists of funds comparing your actual revenue to projected revenue. All funds are above projections.
Any questions for the treasurer's report?
There's no questions, I'm going to motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Have a motion from Justice Brown to adopt, and a second from Justice Statler. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next is comments from elected officials.
Early morning starts next Tuesday.
Steady. Time.
7:30. 8 o'clock, I don't remember. 8 o'clock, I think.
4:30, or voting, and then, regular voting days extended. I'm sorry, I want to. So I got, it's office hours, in other words, for early voting, and then it's represented. We're extending on that, on the book.
Jennifer.
Tax statements are going out next month, first week of March. You ready?
This time,
I'd like to congratulate the road. I think they've done a good job. Keep the gravel road, what I've been on.
thanks.
No.
Thank you. They have. They put in a lot of hours, and they're very dedicated to it.
I want to say the same thing in our way. Looked out at my house, told me why there was a grader out there, said no, there's not. They went up, back down, and y'all were out there before our highway was cleared off. So again, and I want them to be safe and hope they don't work too many hours, put themselves in danger. As cold as it was, but we appreciate the work they've done also.
Yes, well done, good job.
I will pass it on to them. I appreciate that. Is there any more comments from elected officials? If not, we'll move on to old business. There's a resolution, county credit cards. questions on this? I think last month we approved to do it, we just had to come back with a resolution. My understanding, listening, was it was $2,500 on each card.
Yeah,
That was my understanding.
I think it was, yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Yes. That's correct, Barbara.
That's what I meant. What I meant.
That's what I. Are there any more questions on it? No, I'd entertain a motion to put it on first reading. I have a motion from Justice Stadler to put it on first reading, and a second from Justice Blevins. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Be it resolved by Randolph County Quorum Court, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution approving the Randolph County Judge's Office to apply for a credit card. Whereas this is a need for the offices of Randolph County to have a credit card, there is a need between county offices to purchase items on a daily basis and traveling. This would allow them to do so more conveniently, and the offices would pay off the balance that they incurred during the usage when the statement is due. Whereas, upon the recommendation of the Randolph County Quorum Court to let the county judge's office apply for 2 credit cards in the amount of $2,500 each for each business use only, as hereby approved. Ben Wicker, County Judge.
No questions, I'll make a motion to adopt.
Have a motion to adopt from Justice Brown, a second from Justice Cosby. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next is 2026 committee members. Went ahead and to back up and done it on the small committees. I think it'll cause less confusion. My initial thoughts was to have full court committees and hold them after the Quorum Court meetings. Don't really.
Would it not save a lot of time having things brought to, if you have a committee meeting, my opinion on it, all right, you have a set number of people, like say this one right here, the personnel committee that has been in charge of it, believe it or not. And, but anyway, so we have a committee meeting. It's open to the public, all members of the court can come, but not all members of the court can vote on it. So we have a discussion, we come up with a plan, then we have to bring it to the court meeting. Then if there's any discussion or anything need to be changed, once again, you're back to the committee to make all these decisions that not everybody can vote on or not everybody really has a voice in. Then it comes back to the court to be finalized, and you may end up in 3 to 5 meetings over something that could be settled while the quorum court's together.
That was my initial thoughts too.
It just seemed like it would save a lot of time and getting everybody together off time, just to have it.
That was my initial thoughts too. But I think it's going to cause more conflict. I think we'd be better just to stick with small committees and move on further.
I still think meeting after the meetings is a good idea.
Oh, that'd be fine with me.
Yeah.
That'd be fine with me.
I also think we need a schedule. I know I harp on that, but I think to keep us on track, we need a pre-written out schedule of what is going to meet when.
You know, any way that we go and do that, that's still going to be a separate meeting. Wouldn't be part of wouldn't be part of this Quorum Court meeting.
But either way, they're always.
Yeah, you can
open to the
stay.
public.
Sure.
Anybody, anybody can attend. Anybody, just like this meeting, anybody can attend, anybody can be there. I just thought it'd be.
They have to be recorded.
Yeah. So, it's like, well, instead of being, an hour hour, 45 minutes to an hour a meeting if we don't have a lot, depending on the length of the agenda, whatever needs to be discussed, just discuss it, add to it. Just add it to the agenda for that matter.
Well,
that's my
I
opinion.
think, you weren't here last meeting, were you?
Mhm.
You weren't here last meeting, because you weren't here last
I weren't here.
month, yeah. So we talked about that, and I think if we all met together, we would just kind of go back and forth, where if we all had smaller meetings, we could focus on one topic and have a little bit more of a magnified
Well, I
vision on
understand that,
something.
but it still requires that meeting, and then this meeting, and any change requires another meeting, then
Well-
it come back to be voted on, and like you've got 4 or 5 members on a committee, and if everybody shows up, everybody doesn't get to vote until it comes to this meeting. So,
A lot of it is work being done and discussion and talking. It's not necessarily have to have a vote on something.
I mean,
But as of like this right here, we don't need that every meeting.
I'll do whatever the court decides, but to me, it seems like it would be more efficient.
I believe
to just
it's-
have it while everybody's together.
Yeah, you
I
can.
believe it's my decision
Yeah.
to appoint the committees, so that's why I laid it back out this way. And
It's easier for a smaller committee to get together than the full court.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
and
one reason that we.
if the full court can't get together, then we can't have the committee meeting.
Right.
Well, there still has to be a,
Two-thirds of that, but that's still a small number.
Do you have a schedule at all, like thought of or planned or?
I'll be glad to work with you on that.
I would love to, because I feel like if we're gonna, if we're gonna talk about something,
I don't want to hold meetings all the time at nighttime.
Right.
Either, especially the committee meetings.
like after a Quorum Court meeting.
Yeah, they can be held after. the-
That's what I mean, like if we just had one scheduled each month, but,
Yeah, that'd be great, I'd love to do that.
because if we're gonna talk about something to present to the public in November, possibly, we're already 2 months into the year, and
Yeah,
that gives us not much time to really talk about things.
sure, I agree.
But I think, I will keep harping on it, we need a schedule of how we're gonna do the meetings. If they're once a month after the Quorum Court meeting, it's fine, but it has to be written down, and we have to stick to it.
If the committee chairs would like to do so, that would be fine with me.
Okay.
So,
Well, I can write something up and talk to you about it,
Yeah,
and
sounds perfect.
whatever.
Moving on to new business. Mayor Futrell, City of Pocahontas.
I got my hearing aids, I heard you say that. While I'm passing this out, I want to say a couple of things also. Court's exactly right about the job that county road crew did during this snowmageddon, if you will. I have a lot of people who travel from Pocahontas, Jonesboro, Wontley, Paragould, and talk to the mayors and some of the county judges, and they explain how Randolph County is far and away better than the other county we travel to. RDOT did a great job. And I would say this in a jovial manner, the county job is only second to the city of Pocahontas.
I don't know, that parking in front of my salon never got cleared.
That's a state.
No, not the sides of the roads.
That is a state.
That's not what they said.
They're wrong.
In front of my building is the state.
Someone needs to claim it.
It is.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the court and the judge, the reason why I'm here tonight is to speak about the Black River Park. This kind of a Mickey Mouse map of the park. What we're looking at there in that black box more so is more or less 4.5 acres. I never knew until it was brought to my attention a couple of months back that that property actually belongs to the county. Did y'all know that? Anybody here know that? See, I didn't either. As long as I've been on the council, I mean, in my 20 years of being in the city of Pocahontas, I never knew that property belonged to the county. We've done a few grant processes for the Overlook Park, and of course, the piece of property we bought, the 6 acres there behind Branch Street. We were in the process of doing another grant for this park here, Black River Park, that you've seen. Now, this is, you can tell this is an old picture, because since this picture was made, we've blacktopped the area. There's adequate truck and trailer parking. There's a couple more tent camping sites set. All the RV sites have concrete, water and power to them. We've gone in, we filled in the low spot so that when it rains, you don't have a kiddie pool there. And there's many more examples of improvements that the city has done to the property. We even went down and cleaned the boat, during the snow, not to throw that out, but there again, everybody was under the assumption that the property belonged to the city. Am I speaking where everybody can hear me? Well, I've got these in, so let's try to change it. So what I'm asking is, of the Quorum Court, is to give your judge the authority to enter into a contract with the city to put that 4.5 acres more or less into the city's name. And we're doing that, like I said, we've got another grant that we're applying for, and that's when they came back and they said, well, this land belongs to Randolph County. I mean, the city's applying for the grant. Even though the city's in the county, it's one of those regulation things. And we're just trying to clear up some homework, if you will. And another thing is, if you look on the west side of that property, basically, that borders the Kubota dealership, the old McFall Chevrolet building, there's a high bank there. The city's in the process where we're going to build a levee from the back side of that last building you see there, straight south, down probably another 400 feet, and then we're going to turn and run west, go over to Quantas Road, there behind the old hospital. And our plan is, there again, if we get the property, is to build that wall, increase the drainage, put in some backflow preventers to protect that shopping mall area. And we've got a couple of businesses that are looking at that area, but it's all contingent on us building that levee. And if we build the levee, there's 2 or 3 designs that's Dixon Street that runs, so I can take a fried chicken down to the park there, to build a roadway. Everybody's been over to college, and you see the berm that they built. Well, they built that berm at a good enough distance so nothing drags over the road. Of course, people are pulling RVs, their motor homes, different size trailers in there. So that would be pretty lengthy, and it would be built up. That wall is probably going to be close to 10 foot. Well, the overpass, if you will be close to 8 foot. That way, in the event of a flood, we know from the river scale, it tells what the river's going to be. We read the Corning scale, then it tells us what's going to happen here in Pocahontas. We'd have time to go in and fill in that next 2 foot if we need to, instead of worrying about filling 10 foot. And the reason why we're doing that is basically the design expense of it. A person can leave it wide open and create a 10-foot water wall. But, like back to reference of college, when you pull in by the Lita, between the development center and Lita, there's a place for a water wall there. Of course, theirs is about 3 foot tall where they're at, difference in elevation. But that's kind of the scope of the deal. Is we're wanting, like I said, that when the weather gets better, to start that levee project. Last year, when the flood was coming, we sandbagged that area. We brought in loads of sand. The Corps showed up with those sand boxes, if you remember them. They were 5 foot thick, solid sand. We set those to protect that whole area. Well, that was when we decided, hey, we went through all this work. It's going to happen again. whether it's this March, this April, 10 years from now, but it's gonna happen again. And so we're looking out for the future of Pocahontas on that side. We're trying to get some more development in that area, which, like I said, is contingent on that levy. But for us to be able to build that levy, we need this 4.5 acres.
So what do you want us to do? You want us to,
Well, what I would like to hear
right?
is somebody on the Quorum Court make a motion to the effect to transfer that 4.5 acres, more or less, to the city of Pocahontas.
Transfer.
Yes, because you own it. Randolph County owns it, the property. Like I said, all my life, we assume the city owns it. And so, every year we've got one full-time guy and sometimes some other guys that go down and help him. But we've, all the improvements over all the years we've done, and it's a super popular place. But like I said, we've got some more development. It'll be contingent on building that levee. So, I mean, if the county wants to build the levee and spend the money on that, then that's another thing.
You guys would do the levy and all that. I mean, you guys take care of it, we'll just give you the.
Yes, we're gonna build the levee. Matter of fact, the Balls family that owns the property south of the property, they're gonna provide the dirt tractors and the dirt. We're providing the engineering. Our waterworks is putting in the necessary pipes with backflow preventers and all that. The towers, there'll be 2 drain towers built that are in that levee. Ben D. Clerk and Bobby Meyer are the ones doing the design of the levee. On top of that levee, it's basically going to be the slope. Will be the bottom of it's probably going to be 80 foot to maintain, so you've got a slope that you can mow. And luckily, the city also, if it's a little thicker than that, the city has a robotic mower that can mow that ankle without somebody getting on it and possibly rolling off. There in this Highway 67, there's kind of a deep ditch, if you will, a drainage. We're looking at putting pipe in that probably and leveling that off to make that more manageable for us. And, even though that's state right away, we maintain that right there in that area. But like I said, it's everything that belongs to Randolph County or the city of Pocahontas is 100% public property. And we're just trying to do it to make sure that the public service to the best of our ability.
I think we'll have to, probably a resolution too.
I mean, I'm all in favor. It's great. I mean, the city's done a great job with that. And yeah, I'll have.
I try to make the drive through there every day. Somebody's there. We have so many people that's their destination on their trip. That we see those people every time. If somebody's new there, I always stop and say, hey, what do you think? Or just ask. Everybody's proud of the park. Everybody's proud of the facility where they can pull in. And we've got a camera right in the middle of it. It's 24/7 security. There's only one real bad spot. It's right over next to the river where one of our workers actually backed his lawnmower off the edge and rode down the river. So we were wanting to see that. The tree marked that spot. So we probably gonna take that tree out. But and there again, with the city owning Overlook Park, and the new 6 acres we acquired that are along the river. And then there's a good walk trail that's established there. And we've got, and Mark Tanner and his crew's got a lot of plans, and we've got grant monies to do things. We're gonna bring the 166 bridge from Engelberg and set that across Mark Creek there. That'll be hopefully sometime this summer, we'll be set up to do that. And everybody, I've made this comment before, there's some places that have leafers, people who travel around the country during the fall to look at the color of the leaves. Well, now you've got lighters. People travel around northeast Arkansas to go look at Christmas lights. And everybody's come across the bridge tonight and seen how nice the city park looks. So now, think about that. And imagine it being from the north end of Overlook Park, all the way to the south end of Black River Park. And that's kind of our goal for this next winter.
Mayor, can I ask a question?
Yes.
When is the grant cycle due?
We got time. I mean, it's nothing that's got to happen right now, but according to, and I know Joe's busy, but according to Joe, it's pretty simple. And I'm sure Ryan knows what it is, but before Ryan and Joe can start, it's got to have a blessing of the
Well,
point.
that's what I was going to say. I believe y'all can vote on it tonight.
Yes.
And next month we can do the resolution or whatever the case may be.
That, it's just like anything else that's on your agenda, tonight, new business. Get thought, y'all approve the action, then a resolution be established for next month's meeting, and we'll be in good shape.
What do y'all think?
I think those.
I think it's a good idea. I never knew that the city didn't own it. And did anybody in here know that?
There's probably not anybody in Fort Leonard.
It don't say.
You know, luckily, we've got some people that are real aggressive on these grants. You know, last year, City of Fort Leonard had a record year for grants.
Can we hire them? Can we get one of them working for us?
Oh, yeah. I'll read them out. But, you know, there again, it's all for the overall betterment of the city. And what benefits the benefits.
Is there really any discussion on it then?
And there again, there'll be no cost to the county to do this, you know. And like I said, the maintenance will still be 100% on the city.
The county's, so the county's never maintained it or anything? Thanks. Done a good job.
Well, probably did build the ball ramp, but
Yeah, that was
back
part.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's probably the only thing the county's ever been out.
I didn't know county, I thought the county.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah. Well, they did it with the aid of county.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was a dedicated, there again, it was a grant.
Yeah.
It's like we received a grant for, Balch Lake for the new blacktop you see over the new parking, the new boat ramp at Balch Lake. That came through a marine fuel tax grant, and I'm sure that's how the boat ramp was established too. But like I said, you know, it goes back to the quality of life. You know, that's what draws people. You look at our overall population in 2 years, how it's grown. You know, we're doing our best to clean up the city. People are saying that. We get some more history in here. People instead of driving to work, they're moving to Pocahontas so they can work.
I think your guys' long-term vision on that Y intersection in the parks is good. You can see where you guys are trying to make progress, so I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. And we're lucky that you've got some people who do have that vision.
Yeah.
Who want that.
It's a big intersection when you come into
To look
town.
as good as you can when you cross that river.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get going.
I think the benefits county.
I would like to make a motion that the land, 4.5 acres now being used as a city park by the city, be transferred from the county to the city.
I have a motion from Justice Blevins to transfer the county property that the city, that is called the city park, to the city of Pocahontas,
Yes, go ahead and put it in Black River Park.
Black River Park.
I believe that'd be the correct.
And a second from Justice Nelson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
And we'll kind of, after Ryan figures it out, we'll talk next
We'll
month
have to
again.
have a resolution for
Okay.
that.
And I'll be back next month too, so. But, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time and appreciate what you did.
Thanks.
Thank you. Does anybody else need a Mac, one of these? I made Sarah. I'll leave one here for Ryan and, just, you know, exactly what to do. And I'll go ahead, I'll tell Joe tomorrow, and he can work with Ryan and get this headed up so we don't have that long meeting.
Thank you, Mayor. Next up is appropriation ordinance, winter auction sales. Is there any questions or?
This equipment, all the stuff that they sold out there.
Yes, sir, at the road department and the sheriff's department.
I'll make a motion to put it on first reading.
Have a motion from Justice Brown, put it on first reading. And second from Justice Glover. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
An appropriation ordinance amending the 2026 Randolph County Budget Ordinance 2025-23 and any amendments to said ordinances being enacted by the Quorum Court of Randolph County, Arkansas. Article 1, affirmation. The court recognizes and affirms that the 2026 Randolph County budget needs to be amended to appropriate receipt revenues from the sale of county property for multiple funds. Article 2, appropriation amendment. The following are changes to the 2026 Randolph County operating budget as enacted by Randolph County Ordinance 2025-13 and amendments thereto. A, that the appropriation for the county general fund for the year 2026 is hereby amended by adding the following. Fund, county general sheriff, budget line 2,000, small equipment amount 17,597.50, and fund, county general corner, budget line 4,005 vehicles, amount $1,890, total $19,487.50. The amendment increases the amount appropriated for the county general fund by $19,487.50 and making the total county general fund appropriation for the year 2026 $5,090,210.30. B, that the appropriation for the road fund for the year 2026 is hereby amended by adding the following. Fund road 2,200, budget line 4,005 vehicles, amount $43,027.50. The amendment increased the amount appropriated for the road fund by $43,027.50, making the total road fund appropriation for the year 2026 $2,930,815.39. C, that the appropriation for the law enforcement center fund for the year 2026 is hereby amended by adding the following. Fund law enforcement center 3017-418, budget line 2002, small equipment amount $630. The amendment increased the amount appropriated for the law enforcement fund by $630, making the total law enforcement center appropriation for the year 2026 $1,522,844.21. Article 3, legislative intent. It is the intent of Randolph County Quorum Court that the appropriation contained in this ordinance are only a change to the 2026 operating budget established by Randolph County Ordinance 2025-23 and amendments thereto. All other appropriations and policy statements and ordinance 2025-23 shall remain in full force. Article 4, effective date. The appropriation ordinance shall be effective immediately upon its passage and approval. Then with recommendation.
Any questions?
Can we do a second reading? Title only.
On the title only.
I'll make a motion for second reading, title
I
only.
think we gotta
Oh,
approve that one first. Let's approve it and then put it on the second reading, title only. Yes, yeah, second. I have a motion from Justice Hayward, put it on second reading, title only.
I'll second it.
And a second from Justice Stadler. All those in favor, say aye.
Yeah, that's what's in there. Okay. An appropriation ordinance amending the 2026 Randolph County Budget Ordinance 2025-23 and any amendments to said ordinances.
do a third reading, title only. Make a motion.
I have a motion from Justice Hibbert, put it on third reading, title only,
Second.
and a second from Justice Blevins. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed?
An appropriation ordinance amending the 2026 Randolph County Budget Ordinance 2025-23 and any amendments to said ordinances.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I have a motion from Justice Statler to adopt, and a second from Justice Nelson. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Justice Bass.
Yes.
Justice Brown.
Yes.
Justice Hibbert.
Yes.
Justice Cosby.
Yes.
Justice Blevins.
Yes.
Justice Nelson.
Yes.
Justice Sharp is absent. Justice Statler.
Yes.
Justice Henderson.
Yes.
Next is, number 3 is ordinance conducting business with McNabb Funeral Home. Seems like we just done one not long ago, but I think it was for,
Yeah.
right, yeah, so the auditors, told us that we needed to do this one again, so.
I'll make
They
that
advised us to do it.
I'll make a motion to put it on first reading.
I have a motion from Justice Brown, to put it on first reading.
Second.
A second from Justice Blevins. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Being ordained by the Quorum Court of Randolph County, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to permit the county to purchase services and/or goods from certain county employees and from certain businesses operated immediately family in the employ of Randolph County, and to declare an emergency. Article 1, affirmation. It comes before the court and is affirmed that, as a general rule, the county should not purchase goods or services from a county officer or county employee in accordance with ethics for county government officers and employees, as codified sub 1414-1202. We affirm that this same code allows the Quorum Court, if the court determines that it is in the best interest of the county, to enact an ordinance that will permit the county to purchase goods or services from a county office or employee due to unusual circumstances. Article 2, unusual circumstances defined. There are a limited number of funeral homes in Randolph County, Arkansas, and the county maintains business and working relationship with the limited number of funeral homes available. Due to the lack of funeral homes in Randolph County, Arkansas, this court recognizes a need for this ordinance as it pertains to McNabb Funeral Home. Article 3, limitations of authority intent. County officials may acquire services from the following businesses only to the degree that they have a sufficient appropriation of these services needed. The ordinance is to approve the following to provide the service and/or goods to Randolph County through the auspice of this ordinance. McNabb Funeral Home, Joshua Mint, Deputy Coroner of Randolph County, funeral cremation business with county. Article 4, legislative intent. It is the intent of this court that the legal avenue for the county and district officials of Randolph County to procure the services of McNabb Funeral Home as needed. Article 5, emergency clause. It is imperative for county operations to continue smoothly, efficiently, and effectively. Therefore, an emergency is declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be retroactive and effective as of January 1st, 2025. In Hooker County Judge.
Any questions?
Make a motion for the second reading, title only.
Have a motion from Justice Hibbert, put it on the second reading, title only.
Second.
A second from Justice Henderson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
An ordinance to permit the county to purchase services and/or goods from certain county employees and from certain businesses operated by immediate family in the employ of Randolph County, and to declare an emergency.
No discussion, I'll make a motion to put it on third reading, title only.
Have a motion from Justice Brown, put it on the third reading title only, and a second from Justice Nelson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
An ordinance to permit the county to purchase services and or goods from certain county employees from certain businesses operated by immediate family in the employee of Randolph County and to declare an emergency.
No discussion, I make a motion to adopt.
I'll second that.
A motion to adopt from Justice Brown and a second from Justice Statler. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Justice Bass?
Yes.
Justice Brown?
Yes.
Justice Hibbert?
Yes.
Justice Costa?
Yes.
Justice Blevins?
Yes.
Justice Nelson?
Yes.
Stark is absent. Justice Statler?
Yes.
Justice Henderson?
Yes.
Next on the agenda is comp time. Any questions on it? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Motion
second.
from Justice Statler to adjourn, second from Justice Blevins. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hey, there, I did want to, I wish I'd sent it in.